So welcome, Andrea.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. It's great to meet you virtually.
It's great to meet you too. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
This is fun.
I'd love to start by just asking you, could you tell us a bit about what you do, what you love about that, and something that makes your heart sing?
I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry. Did you say, we kind of broke up a little bit. Did you say that you want me to talk about what I do and what I love and what makes my heart sing?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, what I do is I'm a coach. I call myself a life coach. And I love that, obviously. And what makes my heart sing? I think what makes my heart sing is working with people and getting them to see that their own stories, their own thoughts about who they are and what they are and what they think their role is in the world is the only thing that's standing between them and what they want to do. And when I can get them to see that, kind of take those blinders off and kind of see things for what it is, that's really the moment when I know I've done a good job, and that definitely makes my heart sing. For sure.
What is it about that kind of gives you the satisfaction?
Well, I have this thing. I have a lot of things I say. I have a lot of quotes that I say over and over and over again. And one of them is, and this is kind of the key, I think, one of the keys to finding what you want to do with your life, finding out what you want to do with your life. And that is that your cross to bear is your gift to share. And my cross to bear has been my own limiting thoughts and beliefs about who I am and what I'm capable of. My fears, just my kind of at times self-debilitating, opinion of myself has kept me from achieving the things that I want to achieve in life. Yeah. And about 8 years ago, I hit the wall and really hit the wall. And on the outside, my life was great. And from the outside, I'm sure it looked like I was living the fairy tale. But from the inside, I was kind of a disaster. I was running scared. And so I hit the wall and had a big life-changing kind of spiritual moment that really did change my life and made everything different. And so from that point on, my mission for myself became to get out of my own way and to stop believing all those old stories about myself. And so I did that. And do you know Martha Beck?
Yes.
Are you familiar with Martha Beck?
Yeah, the life coach. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's my number one. She's my number one guru, I would say. And she says, and I know this is not hers originally, but she says that whatever you do for 10,000 hours in your life, okay, it takes 10,000 hours to become proficient at something, to become a professional at something. And a lot of times, what we've done for 10,000 hours outside of our jobs, and if you have a job you hate, then this doesn't count. So it's whatever you do for 10,000 hours, that's what you have become proficient at. That's what you've become professional at. So you take a look and say, what do you do just because? What do you do? No one's asked you to do it. You just do it because. And mine was self-help. Mine was improving myself. Mine was, coaching myself. And then, so my cross to bear is my gift to share. And that's why it lights me up. That's why, because I know the difference it's made in my own life. And so when I see that light bulb go on for other people and see them see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's huge.
Wow. And I just kind of sitting with that, it's really significant what you're saying, because it requires you to be vulnerable with your story and your journey, and then share those gifts with everybody else, share your learning.
It is, and that doesn't come out of the gate, right out of the gate. You know, the things that you feel vulnerable about, are the things that you know, that you don't necessarily always want to talk about. So you got to get okay with it before you can get to that point.
Yeah.
And but once you are, it makes a difference. And those people that connect with you and see themselves in your story are your people, so to speak. Those are the people that you're meant to work with. Those are the people that you can most help, the ones that are most like you.
Yeah.
So that's been my experience in terms of finding kind of my life's purpose.
That's so cool. And I'm curious, so you know when you hit the wall, because I meet a lot of people who have really strong walls around them, lots of resistance. And I'm curious, you know, like what is it that your advice would be to someone who's in that place? And because it's tough, isn't it? You know, you want to find something you love. You know what you've got's not working, but to find that one thing can be really challenging. What advice would you give them?
Well, gosh, I guess my advice would be to take one tiny step at a time. The least scariest step that you can think to take. So, for example, I have a coaching program called the 90-Day Power Play, 90-Day Revolution Power Play. And what we do with that is we set goals in 5 different areas. So we start off with imagine what you want your life to look like. Then we break it down into goals. Then we break it down into action steps. And the least scariest action step that you can take, or the biggest step that you can take, you know, that's the one you want to take. So you just keep breaking it down and breaking it down and breaking it down until you say, okay, yeah, I can do that. So it's not, I'll give you a bad metaphor. So you want to, you know, you've got a garage that you need to clean out, and it's a complete disaster area. And I mean, like, filled to the top, and you can't even imagine getting this job done. And so, okay, so you say, I can't imagine, I don't know how long it's going to take, I can't do this, it's too overwhelming, I can't do it. Okay, well, can you go down there and work for 20 minutes? Well, yeah, I can go down there and work for 20 minutes. Okay, then that's a tiny little bite that you can take. So take a tiny bite, and then take the next bite. And the next bite that you take will be a little bit bigger, because what happens is you go down there to work for 20 minutes, and you start making some progress, and you end up working for 30 minutes. And then the next time you go down, you work for longer. And pretty soon you turn around and you go, wow, I've really made some progress. So it's take one tiny little step, the biggest step that you can stomach, and then go from there.
That's great. That then gives us momentum, doesn't it? Yeah, that's so cool.
Action is the action is the antidote to fear. It just is. So act in some way, act.
And that's interesting, because I certainly know for me, when I've got really stuck, I go to that heady place of trying to figure it out. I'll read tons, and you know, and it's almost an indication that I'm stuck.
Yeah, that's it. It's you know, your inclination is to stop moving, is to shut down. And that's almost your instinct, and you should do just exactly the opposite. I will literally will myself, I'll say, get up, because I will sit at the computer and, you know, it's almost like I'm searching for an answer to what's wrong with me, and I'll literally say, get up and go somewhere else, go do something, anything. And once you get yourself moving, then, you know, then that's it, is to move.
That's fantastic. And I know that you, as part of your program, you have a free coaching tips, don't you? Because I know I've signed up to those.
Yeah, the Revolutionary Ramblings. So those started out, the 90-Day Revolution Power Play. I started sending out the first group of people that I took through that program. And let me stop there and just say where that came from, too, because this is another helpful tip. So the 90-Day Power Play came from, I decided for 90 days I was gonna really see just exactly what I could accomplish in 90 days. All of a sudden I just said, I had kind of shut down, I kind of had ground to a halt and said, okay, that's it. In 5 different areas of my life, health, wealth, growth, purpose, people, I'm gonna see how much I can accomplish in 90 days. Just to, you know, I'm going to think less and act more, because I was in that mode of think, try to figure it out, I'm going to stop thinking, I'm just going to act. And so as I developed this for myself, as I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do, all of a sudden I said, oh, wow, this is a coaching program. I should take some people along for the ride with me. So what you need, my point is that what you need, other people need too.
Yeah.
So don't just think that you're the only one that needs it. You know, whatever it is in your life that you need, if you can develop it for yourself, there are other people who need it too. So I just wanted to say that. But so when I started the 90-day power play, I started sending out these little coaching notes, these random thoughts. I'd wake up in the morning with these random thoughts in my head about, I'm going to send this out to my coaching clients. And so I started sending it out. One of the things I love to do is to just take walks and just take pictures of stuff with my iPhone. They have all these neat apps, you know, like Hipstamatic, and you can take a picture of anything and make it look cool. And so I decided to pair up those pictures with those daily coaching tips, and now I call them random ramblings. So, and there's something sort of magical about them. I put them in a random order. I collected them all together and put them in a random order and put them in an autoresponder, and I get them myself as well. And there's just something kind of magical about they arrive when they arrive and what they're telling you. I'm amazed by them. I'm always saying, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need to do today.
Isn't it funny, because I get them too, so thank you, and it has exactly that impact, you know, so it's something inspiring just when I need that. So thank you for that. And also I'm conscious that I want to share that.
I think a lot of things are like that.
Yeah, kind of synchronicity, isn't it? So if someone wanted to find you and those tips,
it is. And
how would they do it?
My website is AndreaMaurer.com, AndreaMaurer.com, and it's all there.
Fantastic. There's something really bouncy about you, and I've from over here, my impression is that your clients feel like kind of the full force of your energy and the commitment that you have for them moving forward. Is that what people say about you?
Yeah, I say, you know, my clients are less clients and more like kindred spirits, honestly. And once you're my client, you're kind of in my family. That kind of chokes me up a little bit because it's true. It's absolutely true. Everybody who I end up working with ends up being kind of my family, and so it's bigger than just that. So thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you, because you know my intention with this is to inspire, to give some hope, and that's what people like you give. So thank you.